Byleth is the final addition to the Fighters Pass Season 1 for Smash Ultimate. With every fighter before them being from previously unrepresented franchises, another Fire Emblem rep was quite literally the last thing on people's minds when anticipating who the final character would be. And while many were disappointed, myself included, with 6 new fighters in the works for Fighters Pass Season 2, we can't be too mad at our Lord and Savior Masahiro Sakurai. I'm sure he'll deliver on his promise of providing unique gameplay experiences with the 6 brand new Fire Emblem characters he'll introduce for Fighters Pass Season 2. There'll be a fighter with a sword in his right hand, one with his left hand, one with his foot, one with his mouth, one between her tits because we need more female representation, goddammit, and one between his legs that also happens to be his dick. Variety for everybody. But jokes aside, Byleth does finally bring the weapon triangle into the fold, a mechanic synonymous with the Fire Emblem series that has yet to see any representation in Smash until now. And so, in the spirit of the weapon triangle, we'll be breaking down Byleth's moves based on weapons. I'll also be referring to Byleth as a female, because male Byleth looks way too much like tryhard Darth Vader for my taste. So with that out of the way, here's everything you need to know to master Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
3, 2, 1, go!
As mentioned before, Byleth's main gimmick is having access to the weapon triangle, granting her 4 weapons with widely different properties that she uses throughout her moveset.
Let the lesson begin.
Her bow is called Failnaught, and makes up her neutral-based attacks. These include her neutral air, which has her twirl the bow in the air in a similar fashion to Pit. This is easily her best, and probably her only out of shield option, as it's decently fast and easily strings into itself. It can also be used after a down throw, or before a dash attack after a fast fall. It could also lead into down tilt at low percentages, and if they miss their tech, you can jab lock them, allowing you to follow up with an up smash. It's also a great get off me move, so it's fair to say you'll be putting this move to good use. The same unfortunately cannot be said for her neutral special, which is a 2-stage attack. The first stage involves firing her bow after a fixed amount of time, from which she can cancel at any moment with either shield or jump, which can be great for baiting out attacks. However, due to its set charge time, it severely limits its usability, making it only really useful for tech chases at a distance. Although it is much stronger than the traditional bow and arrow, making it more effective at taking stocks. But then you get the second stage, where her bow becomes supercharged, releasing a powerful shot with even more range, damage, and power behind it, easily taking stocks well in the 40% range. The problem? Well, there are a lot of fucking problems actually. For one, when you enter the second stage, you are locked in, and you can no longer cancel out of it. And 2, it's slow. So slow in fact that it may be the single slowest charge move in the game. Which means that anyone who gets hit by this in a one-on-one fight has to be a fucking moron, because it's stupidly easy to reflect and even absorbed. I could see this being used in doubles, but it doesn't even penetrate multiple targets, even though it really should. I would probably stick to going only as far as the first stage if you do want to implement this into your playstyle. Well, we may as well get it out of the way and talk about Byleth's main weapon, the Sword of the Creator, which is more of a whip than a sword, and makes up the majority of her normals and up special. Byleth has both a regular and rapid jab, where the latter finishes with a series of strikes from her whip sword, boasting solid range and damage for a jab. Byleth's dash attack is a quick strike from her sword, simple but effective, converting nicely off a short hop forward air and is surprisingly strong to boot. In a similar fashion, Byleth's down tilt is a great poke tool, thanks to its deceptive range, able to pop up enemies into the air for a myriad of combo options, although you want to try hitting them with the middle portion of the attack, as hitting them with the tip will often not lead into follow-ups. Byleth's side tilt is also deceptive in its own way. While it may look no different to every other swipe from a typical sword user, the angle at which it strikes makes it really good for edgeguarding, because it covers almost every get-up option with the right timing. The only thing it can't quite catch is roll get-up, but this can be easily intercepted thanks to its low ending lag. Byleth's up tilt will be a primary combo and juggle tool, able to string into itself or frame trap your opponents in the air with either an up air, up smash, or even a well-placed up special. Byleth's up air and up smash, if it wasn't already obvious at first glance, are both exceptional frame trappers, able to keep foes from ever getting back down with the multiple strikes from her whip sword, with up air having no trouble taking out opponents near the top, and up smash being able to pick up foes from the ground directly in front of her. which leads me to her up special, a tether recovery that is somehow even more forgiving than Joker's grappling hook, taking his title as having the best tether recovery in the game, with superb reach that makes it perfect for those clutch moments. It also has the ability to wall climb when it's unable to reach the ledge, which can be good for some last minute efforts to get back to the stage. I went over this in more detail in a previous video, which I suggest you check out after this one. And like Joker's grappling hook, has the additional function of acting as a combo tool, but instead of dragging opponents back down like Joker does, Byleth chooses to use them as a launch pad instead, which at low percentages, true combos from up throw into side special. However, after 45%, this will instead cause an untechable spike, which makes it less useful for combos and more useful for 50-50s or as a plain rude ass gimp tool. It becomes useful as a combo tool again at later percentages as your opponents will start bouncing closer towards you. At this point, you'll want to get in the habit of buffering a double jump just before you execute a follow-up attack, as it cancels out the momentum that would normally send you away from your opponent. If you're able to do this, you can true combo into down air at 130% and back air at 150%, with up air being a usually pretty safe bet as well. Let's move on to her spear, known as Eredbar, which makes up her side-based attacks. Byleth's side smash is similar to Corrin's, being a long-range strike that can be angled for better coverage. Like Corrin's, it deals the most damage at the tip, which you'll almost exclusively want to hit with, because it does absurdly large knockback at the ledge. In fact, it is Byleth's strongest smash attack in terms of knockback. Sure, her down smash does have it beat in raw damage, but it cannot rival her side smash at the ledge. It can outright shut down horizontal recoveries if you angle the move downwards, and can take stocks well in the 50% range. Although you want to space the move carefully, as up close it's not nearly as effective. Byleth's forward air and back air both function in the same way, being long-range aerial attacks that can be excellent offensive tools in the air for spacing and conditioning your opponents to keep their distance. Back air, being the stronger variant but coming out a frame slower than forward air, is primarily used as a punish. Forward air, on the other hand, has the ability to function as both an approach and combo tool, able to auto-cancel into the ground, and true combo out of down throw and down tilt. As for Byleth's side special, which has her lunge forward in an upwards arc, this is an excellent anti-air, thanks to its wide coverage, dealing the most damage at the tip of the spear. You won't be netting any kills with it unfortunately due to its lackluster power, but it's certainly a weapon that your foes will need to respect. It will also let Byleth cover a lot of ground if you input the smash variant by flicking the stick. I would also recommend getting in the habit of using this in the air when recovering, as it can provide some extra horizontal momentum in those dire situations. Its uses in the air doesn't end there either, as on the ledge it's her best tool for countering edgeguarders, because she can safely attack with it while automatically re-grabbing the ledge. Just be wary of its immense lag when used on the ground, because a quick shield would quickly put an end to your plans. The same goes for in the air, although interestingly enough, at the height of a double jump, the move is totally lagless, so hey, go figure. And we're finally here for the mighty axe, Amir. At least I hope that's how you say it. That comprises of her down-based attacks. These include her down smash, which is easily in the contender for strongest down smash in the game, where she swings the axe on both sides of her. Even against shields, this will put a significant dent in your opponent's shield, outright breaking them if they're not careful. However, due to its slow nature, you want to use this sparingly, such as for ledge trapping foes at high percents. Down air is equally as monstrous. It doesn't give a single flying fuck what percentage you're at. If you get hit by this, there is no chance you're coming back. Once again, its uses are situational due to its lackluster speed, and should only really be used for hard reads or 50-50 at the edge. And her down special has her channel all her energy into the axe for a devastating overhead strike. Slow? Yeah. Powerful? Hell yeah. This is Hero's Hatchet Man on steroids, cleanly breaking shields in one go, and able to be reversed mid-charge for mix-ups. Plus, it has a healthy dose of super armor, so you won't be rudely interrupted. Don't get me wrong, getting a hit with this is gonna be pretty tough, but thanks to its super armor, it can be used effectively if you're able to predict an attack that you know you can power through. At the ledge, it can be pretty devastating too, since its reversibility can make your opponents think twice about getting up. Plus, if you use it at the very edge, its hitbox will extend all the way to the bottom of the ledge, making for a tricky but oh so satisfying 2-frame. And even if you miss, the shockwave from the impact will still deal damage. But extra caution must be used with this, as if you abuse it too much, a quick grab combo will put an end to your X-chopping days. And we'll close things out with the mouthful of a final smash, Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven.
Your will and mine now at one.
Byleth is a frame trapper through and through, with sturdy, long-reaching attacks that keeps her foes at bay, and disjointed moves that let her punish approaches and whiffed attacks with a ferocity unmatched by many of her Fire Emblem counterparts. With that being said, she has many hurdles ahead of her, as she struggles severely against characters who are able to get in her face, and she doesn't really have an answer to projectiles, making her an easy target for zoners. To master Byleth, you're going to need to play almost entirely to her strengths, and make use of her edge guarding capabilities and her dominance over the skies. So go on and put on your best performance for Byleth. Thanks for watching and making it all the way to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it at all, please give the video a like, as it really helps out the channel, share it wherever you can, and hit the bell icon and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Of course, if you felt I missed anything or have your own tips and tricks for Byleth, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.